Hey Jimmy, have you heard about your childhood friend? I heard she's now living with her mother-in-law. It's impressive how responsible she is at such a young age, taking care of her mother-in-law.
Oh,
What was her name again? The one who lived in those rundown apartments.
Stephanie?
Yeah, that's it. Stephanie. Her mother-in-law requires a lot of care, and she decided to have her move in with her so she can look after her.
Whatever. That sounds similar to your situation now, living with Jake and his wife. You should be grateful that your son is kind enough to let you stay with them.
I know. At least one of my sons cares about his dear old mother. I always thought you and Stephanie should have gotten married.
I don't remember that. I do remember you telling me never to go over to her apartment to play, though.
Why would I ever say that? I remember that when you were a teenager, you suddenly stopped hanging out with her. But before that, you were best buddies.
The reason I lost touch with her is that you came running and screaming to her apartment. You said you didn't want me anywhere near those poor people apartments while we were playing together. You even said, I never want you playing with my son ever again. You embarrassed me in front of everyone who lived there.
I would never say that. Maybe you don't remember correctly since you were so young when it happened.
I remember it vividly. Thanks to you, all the kids called me a mama's boy after that. It was terrible.
No. You're exaggerating. I always had a good feeling about Stephanie. Since she was little, I knew.
Knew what?
I knew she was the type of person who genuinely cares about others, and I was right. She's now taking care of her mother-in-law.
What are you talking about? You were the one who told me I couldn't play with her anymore. You really hurt her feelings that day. We were still in kindergarten. What do you mean? I always knew she'd take care of her mother-in-law.
I just think you need to find a girl as kind as Stephanie.
What are you trying to say? Are you complaining about Jennifer? Have you been gossiping with Jake's wife?
No, no, no. I didn't do anything like that.
I really don't know or care why you're saying all of this. But I don't need my mother to give me any love advice. It's creeping me out. I'm leaving on a business trip tomorrow, and I need to finish packing. Let's end this conversation.
Who are you, and what have you done with my precious son? You never used to talk to your mother this way. Humph. Is it too much to ask for a mother to want to spend time with her family?
Babe, 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 babe. Joe, are you there?
What's the matter? Calm down.
Your mom appeared out of nowhere. She said, I'm moving in. What's happening? Did you have any knowledge of this?
What? Are you serious? I promise I had no idea. Is she there now?
Yeah. She came with a lot of suitcases. She said the moving van is coming later.
Please tell me you're lying.
No. It's true. I wish it were a lie.
Oh my gosh. What am I going to do?
I'm really sorry to bother you while you're away on business.
I'm sorry, I can't come home right away. I'll be back the day after tomorrow. As soon as I return, I'll have a serious talk with her. Do you think you can endure it until then? If you don't think you can tell her to leave.
It's just difficult to say.
I know, honey, I'm so sorry.
That's not what I mean. I mean it's difficult to say. What your mom said to me.
What? What did she say to you?
She said she was here to take out the trash.
What does that mean?
She said from now on, only family can live here. She made it seem like I'm not welcome.
She really said that to you? My mom said that?
Yeah, she did. When she first came over. I thought she was going to literally kick me out of the house, so I packed my bags and left.
What? So where are you now?
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm out of the house, but I'm about to get a hotel room. I'm really sorry for making you worry. I guess your mom really dislikes me. I had no idea.
I really can't believe this.
I know, right?
Why is she being so mean to you?
I don't get it. This is the first time she's ever treated me like this.
I'm so sorry. I really am. I should have known she would do something like this.
You don't need to apologize. There's no way you could have known, especially with how busy you've been at work. I should have been more honest with your mother.
I must have given her the wrong impression that I wanted her to move in with us. I really am so sorry.
You're on my side, though, right?
Of course I am. For the longest time, I've been able to ignore her when she acts crazy like this. Even when I was young, she would pull crazy stunts like this. But I never thought she'd direct her craziness towards you.
I see. Actually, this isn't the first time she's treated me like this.
Please tell me what happened.
Well, the other day, I went to your mom's place, right? She said she needed help in the garden, so I went over. I'm sorry I never told you about this. You probably should have known that I was going over there.
None of this is your fault. You don't have to apologize. If this wasn't the first time she's been mean to you, it won't be the last. Please tell me every detail.
Your grandma was there too, actually. She suggested that we all have dinner together that night. So your mom said she'd order some food for the house. But when it was delivered, there wasn't any for me.
My mom was the one who ordered it.
Yeah. Her exact words were, "I'll take care of ordering dinner. You just sit back and relax." Luckily, your grandma immediately realized what your mom did. When your mom wasn't around, your grandma said to me, "I can't believe she would be so cruel to her own daughter-in-law."
I can't believe she did that to you.
I don't think I've ever said anything bad about your mom before. Do you remember that funeral we attended a while back? A couple of your relatives came up to me and said, "You better treat your mother-in-law right. She's a wonderful woman."
What? I had no idea they said that to you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I can handle it. Although, there was that one time your mom insulted my parents. That was the first time I really thought she might not be the angel people make her out to be.
She talked badly about your parents? What is she thinking? I'm really sorry about all this. I feel like I need to apologize over and over for her.
Now you're the one apologizing.
Yeah, I know, even though I said you didn't need to.
Oh well. I'm just so happy you believe me and you're on my side.
Yeah, but right now all I can do is apologize. I'll call you after I finish work.
Oh, you're taking your lunch break right now, right? I'm sorry I took up all your time.
Don't worry about that. You've already been through a lot today. Don't worry about me. Did you find a hotel yet?
Yup. I think I can check in soon, so I'll make my way over in a little bit.
Do you need any money?
Nope. I'm fine.
Tonight when I call you, let's figure out what we're going to do next. I'll text my mom right away.
Sounds good. Jimmy, thank you so much for being on my side.
Mom,
Oh, hey, Jimmy. Working hard or hardly working, huh?
I don't need your sarcasm right now. Did you plan this from the beginning? Did you wait until I was away to do this?
What do you mean, son?
I mean you thinking you can just move in with us. I thought you were living with Jake and his wife. Jennifer told me everything. She said you showed up unannounced with all your stuff.
I thought you'd feel lonely living with just her and not having any family around. So, I decided to come and keep you company. The moving company will bring the rest of my stuff over later.
What were you thinking?
Jennifer was rude and didn't help me at all when I was moving things into your place. And then she just disappeared. What's going through her head?
Cut it out. Don't bring anything else into our place. What's the moving company's number? I'm going to call and cancel right now.
Don't do that. Since your wife ran off when there was work to be done, I had to ask the nice movers for help.
You think it's okay to just show up unannounced and decide you're living with us now?
What do you mean unannounced? I always said how nice it was for family to live together, right? Even if we are all packed like sardines in this little house of yours.
Are you even listening to me? It's not meant for 3 people. It's only big enough for me and Jennifer.
Yeah, the two of you. By the way, what's that storage room near the front door? There's clutter all over, and I'm going to put it in there.
What do you mean clutter?
I'm obviously going to take the master bedroom. So, everything I don't want will go into that storage room.
That storage room is where Jennifer keeps her stuff. But it doesn't matter. Just go home. I'm serious.
I'm staying right where I am. Especially since it seems like Jennifer ran off somewhere. I think you should find someone better than her.
She ran away because you took over our house. Stop being so selfish.
Is that right? I think she really left for good. She packed all her stuff in a big suitcase and walked right out the door. Her entire dresser is empty.
Why are you looking through her dresser?
I didn't. I saw her clear it out. I saw those underwear of hers.
What?
All of it was totally indecent. I almost fainted when I saw it. I bet she ran off with another man knowing that you'd be out of town for the weekend. I can tell she's that type of woman. You're lucky I'm here right now.
Enough. I know you said to her you were there to take out the trash. I know what you meant. That's why she left. You're doing all of this on purpose. Taking out the trash? I'm the one who needs to clean up the mess you made.
Don't say things like that.
How could you bully her like this?
Because that girl has no idea what it takes to be a proper wife. It's probably because of where she was brought up. I know her kind, and I can't stand people like her.
Just because you don't like her, you think it's okay to harass her? That's what you think, isn't it?
She's disrespectful and indecent. You have to know that too. She was raised in those low-income housing apartments.
Do you realize how crazy you sound? Going through her dresser. Talking about her underwear, talking bad about her straight to me. You really need to take a hard look at yourself in the mirror.
How could you say such a thing to your mother? She's rubbed off on you. I was afraid of this.
You've gone too far.
I knew she was no good for you. Her parents didn't raise her right. No matter how much of an act she puts on for you, she'll eventually show her true colors. I've been in shock since I came over. And I saw what she was really like.
I said you've gone too far. I just talked with Jake.
Oh, really? He must be worried about her too. But your brother has his own problems. Sticking up for his awful wife being one of them.
He said he kicked you out of their house because you bullied his wife too. Of course, he's going to stick up for his wife. His wife did nothing to you.
Did she tell you all of that?
No. Jake did.
Just listen to this. I really wanted to live as a family with your brother. That was until that terrible woman got in the way. She acted like she and Jake were real family.
Yes. They are a family.
Yeah, right. Jake and I have way more family history than he does with her.
Family history? What are you saying? That doesn't matter. Jake and his wife are family just like Jennifer and I are.
Listen to yourself. You need to accept that your little wife ran off. Why don't you be a good little boy and come home to mommy? I just had a great idea. Why don't we ask your brother to live here with us too? We can be one big happy family.
Get out of our house. I already told you Jennifer is my family now.
Don't be ridiculous.
You're the one that's being ridiculous. I have to worry about my life with Jennifer now. I'm a grown married man. I'm not going to let you live with us.
I knew it. You really changed, haven't you? You're breaking your mother's heart.
And you're as crazy as always. Always selfishly doing whatever you want. You think the world revolves around you. Every time I talk to you, it's like pulling teeth.
How dare you say that? Is that any way to speak to your mother?
Like I said, get out of our house. I want you gone before I get back from my business trip. That's our home, not yours.
I told you to dump that lowlife girl. Once you have kids, you are really trapped.
I really think you should stop insulting her like that. I think you must be missing something. Do you really know where she was brought up?
Yeah, in those rundown low-income housing projects. I know all about the type of people that live there.
Those rundown apartments are reserved for high-ranking government officials.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Jennifer's parents, who you were so quick to badmouth, are both judges. And so were my friend Stephanie's parents. They all live there. Don't you remember how much we talked about this when you met them for the first time? You're living in your own little world. You ignore everyone around you and believe what you want to. You're a complete laughingstock.
Laughing stock? Me?
Yeah, you. It's honestly so embarrassing. Do you finally have a grip on reality now?
What am I supposed to do?
I think you're also forgetting a very important point. I'm not legally your son anymore. I legally changed my last name to Jennifer's. Now there's nothing you can do. By the way, Jennifer bought that house before we were married. If you aren't going to leave, we're going to sue you for trespassing on private property.
Even though we're family? You'd really do that?
You said it yourself. Jennifer isn't family. You said that, didn't you? And you better know that once we sue you. The judge that's going to be on the stand is her own father, so I'd get out of there if I were you.
Just hang on a second.
You're not living with us, and Jake kicked you out of his place. I guess you have nowhere else to go. Unless you live with Grandma.
No way. Living with her is like torture. We never get along. Don't mention any of this to her.
Why not? She's your mother, isn't she? You have way more of that family history with her than any of us. Wow, you'd really be getting what you wanted. Finally living with family. I informed my grandma about everything that occurred. Immediately after hearing the news, she abandoned everything and rushed to my house. Upon checking my phone after work, I discovered a text from Jennifer stating, "Your grandma kindly offered to let me stay with her." My grandma practically forced my mom out of my house, despite her resistance. My mom was wailing, expressing, "I just want to live with my family." I learned all the details when I called Jennifer that night. She also mentioned, "I declined your grandma's generous offer since I already booked a hotel room." However, I felt the urge to confront my mother about her behavior. That house belongs to us, not her. Yet, when Jennifer arrived and witnessed the conflict between my mom and Grandma, she changed her mind. When I returned from my business trip, I made sure to apologize to Jennifer in person for everything my mom had put her through. She responded, "Well, maybe your mom was right. This house might be too small for 3 people." With a smile on her face and her hand resting on her stomach, she added, "I think it might be time to find a bigger place."